do you do to refresh? If you're tired, you take a nap. If you're thirsty, you drink some water. If you're frustrated, you might go for a walk around the block. But what do you do when it's time to refresh your brand? Hi, I'm Arthur Germain. Welcome back to the Brandtelling Podcast. I help professional services companies build brand stories that can be remembered, repeated, and rewarded for stronger customer relationships and better sales. Today, I'm going to detail 3 times to refresh your brand. So here's a little marketing secret. Your brand story is going to change over time, and that's okay. Sometimes it's just a little change. You brought on some new people and you have some new capabilities, but sometimes it is a fairly big change. So now I'm going to help you know when it's time to refresh your brand and your brand story. Number 1, when your marketing materials no longer match what you say when you speak to clients, if you find yourself saying to clients as you hand out materials, oh, this information has changed, it might be time to refresh your brand. Number 2, if you've made a significant change to the business, for example, if you've gone through a merger or an acquisition, you brought on some new partners, or you've forged a larger partnership, you've made some changes now and your brand story is no longer the same. It may be time to refresh your brand. And number 3, if you find that your brand just no longer fits, for example, you may be a second or third generation who's running the brand. It's no longer the founder's brand. It's your brand and you're taking it in a different direction. And that's great, but it might be time to refresh your brand. So quick story. I once worked with a technology company and they were growing but struggling with their story. When we first sat down in their conference room, the CEO shared with me what they were doing. And there were lots of logos, there were lots of products. I really didn't see clearly who they were and what they did. Then he took me for a walk through the building. We ended up in the garage and I saw a bunch of police cars. And I said, what the heck is this? Do people know you've got police cars in your garage? And he said, oh, we do vehicle upfitting. Not only do we provide police departments with what they need in their back office, Word and Windows and things like that, but we also provide body cams and we provide notebooks that are ruggedized, and we upfit their vehicles. We put the light and sound bars into the vehicles. We put the roll cages in, and we do all of that. And so I worked with them to understand that what they were doing was they were serving a specific group of people, first responders, and that they were providing the technology needs that these first responders needed, whether they were in office, in the field, or in their vehicles. That helped them to reshape and refresh their brand so that they could go out to market in a much stronger way, really that went beyond their origins. If this sounds like your company, let's discuss how you can build a brand that reflects your business today and gets you ready for tomorrow. My process starts with an open book session where we get clear about your brand, your story, your customer benefit, and your unique value. Book an introductory call with me at meeting.brandtelling.com and let's see if we're a fit. I'm Arthur Germain, and thank you for joining me on the Brandtelling Podcast.